Sunday afternoon on July 9th, we got a call of a fire in this area here. We came and responded down here, and of course we were seeing it going up over the hills by the time we got down here. Oh yes, when that call first came in, when communications told me that there was a house on fire up here, I was still down in the canyon, but I had no other resources to address it. And they came back the second time and said, "Did you hear? We got a house afire." And I had to say, "Well, yes, but we're doing everything we can. We do not have any resources at this point to put on it." And we had to let it go. And unfortunately, before that afternoon was over, we had 44 homes that we had to let go, that we were not able to protect and save.
It looked like a pile of ashes about a foot high, stacks of dishes that had fallen down. Just, yeah, all these houses that are really big too, is just a pile of ashes. It came up as a chimney, like this was a chimney fire from Black Tiger down there below Boulder Canyon. And so the place, like our place, was burned within the first hour.
At the time, it was the largest fire that Colorado had had. We'd had a lot of small fires, but it kept them down to a couple, 3 acres typically. But this one got away from us and ended up being, I think, around 2,200 acres and 44 homes, all that one Sunday afternoon.
The year before, there had been a fire at Dream Canyon, and so I had put some books and some rolfing books and shinjitsu books that I didn't want to get burned. I put them in the cellar, and I'd never taken them out, and so they were still safe there after the fire in 1989.
The factors that made this so bad was it was so dry. The humidity was been single digit for a number of days and had no rain for weeks.
About 2 or 3 days before the fire, he said, "Betty, take a good look, because it'll be a miracle if this place survives for another week."
And then we had this southeast wind, which is not typical, but it was just the ideal wind to come right up this draw and just take it right up. We call this a chimney, the way this land is laid out here. And just like a chimney, just pulls the fire right up. And so it went up there very fast.
We just had to leave, yeah. I think I took an airline ticket and just my purse and some dirty laundry I had.
The message that I guess comes from a fire like this is learn how to be prepared. Think in terms that you may be evacuated and what do you want to take with you. Because everyone I've ever talked to said, well, I took this or that, but I didn't think about something else.
It just went really fast from the trees, and the heat went first and would burn houses before the fire actually came. I watched it from about 6 miles up the road, and you could just see houses just go up in an explosion, just burn all at once.
The first thing that happens after a fire like this is that you're deprived access to your home and you haven't been there for a while, and you don't even know for sure if your house is still there. But once you find out that your house has been burned, is like this whole sense of shock and denial. And so the first thing when somebody would call me and say, you know, I want you to help me with this, I would say, go to the house and bring some friends and go through the ash and dig through and find things that are important to you.
We started right away. Within about 3 weeks, started cleaning the ashes.
The sheriff gave us the use of the prisoners for a whole day. Every person had a scheduled day.
And so one day it was our turn, and they came and helped clean up the place, and and took away the old burnt cars and stuff.
And they would rake and help you go through your ashes and wheelbarrow stuff, and they would make it so that you could comb through and find things and check them off your list. And that's a psychological thing. because it helps the person accept it. And then next year or years from now, when you think of that thing, you'll remember. It's gone. You have to move on. You don't have it anymore. There's no sense looking for it. See, because in your new house, you'll be looking for the stuff that you had in your old house. And so this process helps you make that transition. And then we come to take out the house, and the foundation pulled out because the foundations gets cooked and it crumbles and it's no longer solid where it's above where it was exposed to the heat. And then it comes, you know, architects and engineers and all of those people get involved on whether you're going to replace the house or not.
No. Maybe a split second, but no.
My out from the bottom of my feet go roots down here that are so deep that everyone else can move from Boulder County before I'd move.
We started rebuilding within a month.
We had like a little dance. It was perfect.
I think people who have just lost their places can be reassured that the place is still beautiful. And that's one thing I realized after the fire, was that even though we didn't have all those trees, that this is still a beautiful area, because then there are other bushes and different grasses that also sprouted. You get to watch the flowers coming up, and we had the year after the fire, we had all these amazing different flowers to come up that we had never seen blooming here before.
Now there's foxes because there's mice running there, and there's a lot more deer because there's grass to eat.
And it makes it even better with no fire danger like we had before. There's still lots of trees that are crowded in the whole area. So if it's another dry summer, anytime when the summer is really dry, there's always that fire danger.
Once you have a fire like that, everybody's aware of it and they become more conscious of it. But over time, though, as the years go by and you don't have another fire, they kind of forget it. New people come in, you know, well, that's something I can do next year, and it doesn't get done.
Keeping trees away from the house, keeping the grass mowed, having a walk-in cellar to put all the valuable papers, and a place where you can suddenly put a lot of pictures and things you want to keep that you don't ever want to burn, and build with a fireproof material around, and a fireproof deck and fireproof roof, and build with the nature in mind.
It's a story that has to be told over and over and over again. Not necessarily the black tiger, but all the fires. If you live out in an urban area like we do here, there's the danger of wildfires.
Fire is a natural thing, really, and it's powerful.